Yo, welcome to the Blue Lounge. Welcome to the stream. RIP Arsenal. For real. RIP Arsenal. RIP Arteta. But that's not what we're here for. We'll banter them. We'll banter them in a minute. We'll talk about them in a minute. Welcome to the stream, lads. Elijah, welcome to the stream. Prince Ace, welcome to the stream. DJ Sav, welcome. I'm guessing Eric Blue? No?
Correct.
Look who's back. Yes, I thought so.
Yes, it is.
How you guys doing?
All good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm okay. I'm actually concerned a little bit, but we'll get into it. But generally, I'm good. Arsenal are in the mud, as Luke says.
Big up Eric, by the way.
Yeah, big up Eric. Hey, listen, Arsenal are in the mud, man. Oh my God, they say start as you mean to continue and carry on, and we did our bit, but they're doing their bit as well. So well done to Arsenal. I don't know, man.
I'm sorry, mate. That defending for the second goal, mate. I'm still
But you know what it is here. They got a £50 million centre back. So
yeah, Ben White.
It is what it is, man. Yeah,
man, it is.
It is what it is, man. I'm just I don't know. They always do that, Arsenal. They always overpay for mediocre players. I mean, even our rejects, retirement home players, they overpaid for them. I mean, Willian was a free, but now he cost some bucks, man. He cost some money. Listen, let's leave Arsenal alone for a little bit, man. We'll leave it to their AFTV to tell us how they feel. They'll let us know. They'll all be Arteta out on the first day of the season, man. Bloody hell, man. Anyway, listen, guys, forget Arsenal. Let's just talk about Chelsea. Listen, today we're going to be doing our first match preview for the Premier League. We did one for the Super Cup, but we're doing one for the Premier League, and this is the first one against Crystal Palace at home. We're playing at home against Crystal Palace. But we've got a couple of worries, man. I want to give you guys an update in regards to Hakim Ziyech. His injury isn't too bad. He'll be back hopefully within 2 weeks. They're saying 2 to 3 weeks. He'll be back in contention for the first team. So that's good news. That's really good news. But we have a problem with Kante, guys. He's got a slight niggle. And with Kante, them slight niggles, they're not so slight, are they? DJ, your thoughts on the Kante situation, man?
Yeah, mate. I think that was a bit disappointing when I heard that today. Yeah, you're right with Kante. I'm hoping it won't be nothing bad. I'm hoping it will just be something. He just got a slight little thing, and that'll be it, and he should be able to go on again. But with Kante, you're right, bro. It is worrying because obviously we saw that last season a little bit, and the season before of that injury, what it can do to him. But he seems to always come back a strong player, though, doesn't he? Every time he does come back.
He does. Yeah.
But you just don't want it to happen in the first place, especially to play like him as well, mate. He's so vital to our team,
exactly.
Mate. So vital.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, lads, the way we're going to break down the preview is as follows. We're going to be talking about a few bits and bobs. We're going to be covering the actual press conference. Then we're going to give you our predicted lineup. And then we're going to be covering all the other stories that are concerning Chelsea today going into the match tomorrow. That's how it's going to be from now on for the preview. So we'll talk about tactics. We'll talk about formations. We'll talk about starting lineups. We'll talk about the press conference. We're going to get everything out of the way in this preview. And that will be our way forward this season before every match, the night before every match, hopefully. We will sit down and discuss the upcoming fixture in this type of format. So, as you watch this preview, if you have any suggestions, any ideas on how to make it better, hit me up with a comment hit me up with a DM, hit me up with a tweet. Let me know. Basically, let me know how you want me to improve this preview system. Because last year, my previews were pre-recorded. This year, my previews are going to be all live stream with you mans on the air directly. So, a couple of things I want to talk about before we get into the press conference. Apparently, Kovačić got the number 8 shirt, the all famous number 8. Eric Blue, what's your thoughts on that, man? Eric.
To be honest, yeah, I don't really have many thoughts on that. I'm not too bothered about shirt numbers.
No?
Yeah.
Number 8, though.
No.
Number 8 is an important shirt. I mean, Barkley had it, and when Barkley had it, people were like, does he deserve it? And now Kovačić has got it, and I'm saying, does he deserve it?
Well, Kovačić isn't a number 8, so yeah, I don't think deserve it is one. It's difficult to say use the word deserve. Like I don't think.
All right, is he entitled to it? Is he meant to have it? Should it have got? Let me rephrase it. Let me rephrase it. Should it have gone to Mason Mount?
Maybe you can argue it, but
putting you under the spot there a little bit, Eric. But
perhaps you should have gone to Mount. Yeah, it's fine. Perhaps you should have gone to Mount because he's a better number 8. But I don't think it's a big deal. Like it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Like Barkley was a better creator, creator of chances. But yeah, I'm not too concerned about the number 8 shirt.
All right. Well, I want to say welcome to Bobby and welcome to Boogeyman. How you guys doing tonight?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Good evening, guys. Hi, missed you yesterday.
Good evening, Bobby. Yeah, we've missed you, man. We've missed you. Hope you're good.
Yeah, good. Spent some time today.
Boogeyman, how you doing?
Hey, Boogeyman.
Oh, Boogeyman.
Boogeyman. Okay, we'll give Boogeyman a second. I think he's just connecting. Yeah, man. So, listen, I was just explaining to the lads on the panel and also in the chat the format of these previews. Basically, we're going to be covering everything, but we're going to be doing it as follows. We're going to have a general banter regarding the latest news surrounding Chelsea Football Club. We're going to talk about the press conference. We're going to talk about what we perceive to be the tactics, formation, and squad selection, team selection for the match. Give our prediction, and then we're going to end by also covering some more news and addressing some of the comments in the chat. So, this is the first part. We're discussing some of the general news around surrounding Chelsea Football Club today. And one of the things that have happened today was the announcement of the squad numbers for this season, and a couple of interesting ones. And the one I put forward to Eric was the number 8 shirt being given to Kovačić. Should that have been given to Mason Mount? Is Kovačić the right person to be wearing the number 8? So I'll let you have a crack on that, Bobby, and then we'll ask Boogeyman the same question and DJ Sav.
Do you know what? I don't think it matters. What number? I know Lukaku got number 18, but what number did Mount get?
Mount is keeping his number 19.
Yeah, does it matter? I don't know. I think that's down to the players, really.
Because the number 8 shirt, it holds a
Lampard.
Yeah, sentimental thing. Lampard's number, and Lampard's so-called heir is apparent. No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But the shirt had never been retired. There's I was never. I think you really have to be a special player to retire any shirt.
Bobby, sorry to interrupt you, but you can't retire any shirt numbered 1 to 11. It's not allowed. So
I'm glad it's not.
Numbers after that they can. Like for example, 25 for Zola, That's been retired. And that,
John Terry.
John Terry, yeah. You know what?
I don't like that idea, to be honest. I really
retirement
don't.
numbers, or the
Yeah,
What's
but
the point?
just based on that theories, if I was a Mount, I would not like taking the number 8. I would like to retire a number at the Chelsea. I'd rather keep my 19, right? So it's just, and the other thing is, okay, the fact that Mount is so to be the heir of Lampard. It's too much pressure for Mount right now. He doesn't even know where his career is going right now. So I think it's better for him to just keep the number 19. And number 8 was I think Barkley number. Barkley used it, right? Or it was Barkley?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Barkley,
Barkley used it. So it's not really a shirt that has too much meanings at this point anyway. So everybody keep using it. So 19, I think is the number now. Like every time I look at Chelsea, the lineup, I'm trying to find, even if I cannot read Mount name, I just want to make sure the number 19 is on the sheet. That's all I care about. There
was a bit of speculation because he changed his handle from Mount 19 to Mount 10. So people thought that he was actually going to have the number 10 shirt. There was a bit of speculation around that. But, I agree, numbers are numbers, but some people have, superstitions in regards to some numbers. Some people feel that a number has more meaning for them. So it depends. But I was surprised to see the number 9 shirt stay with Tammy. That was surprising for me. And it looks like Lukaku will be wearing number 18, which is, again, another sentimental number because that's the number that he wore when he was here last. So, yeah, it is what it is in regards to numbers. I wanna talk a little bit about the press conference. Sorry, DJ, do you want to say anything about the numbers? I'm gonna give you a chance, mate.
No, it's okay. Yeah, listen, I can understand why some people would feel that, but I also feel sometimes it's nice for players to make their own little history, if you like, with the numbers that they get. I mean, obviously, we know Lampard was smashing goals, was at number 8. Maybe Mason Mount could do that at his number 19. And I like Boogeyman is saying, I've got used to the number 19 shirt being around, and that's probably one of the shirts, along with number 17, being my lucky number 17, that is, to see that number up on there.
Yeah.
So as long as those numbers, I mean, for me, it's not a problem. It's not an issue. It's not an issue at all.
Yeah. Ashley's saying here about the number 9 shirt, the curse of the number 9. Yeah, man. We were talking about it yesterday. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Listen, people. In the press conference today, we heard a whole bunch of stuff. For me, Tuchel joking about saying, we tried to get Lukaku and Erling Haaland to be our 2 strikers with Lewandowski as the number 10 behind him. It shows that the man is comfortable, is happy because he got the striker that he wants. I think the way that he was talking about the transfer window, the way that he was talking about Romelu Lukaku coming in with the strength and the passion and the ability that he has on the pitch, and also the motivation that he has as a player, I could tell that Tuchel is really pleased at the signing. There was talk about him wanting Haaland more than Lukaku. There was others saying he wants Lukaku more than Haaland. But at the end of the day, Tuchel is happy with the striker that he has. I know some people will say, well, he ain't going to talk negatively about the new signing. No, he wouldn't, but he can also just keep it on the professional level. Yes, we're looking forward to working with Lukaku. But the fact that he went and talked about his history, talked about the statements that he's made, and the thing that we mentioned in a great deal yesterday on the stream, with the way our dressing room is building, our dressing room is connecting, our players, and the morale that they have within the dressing room, and the fact that Lukaku is going to be a positive impact on that, and the fact that others may not have been in such a positive impact on that, and I think we all know what he's referring to. It speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. In regards to players unavailable, like we said, Lukaku is quarantining, and he'll probably play against Arsenal. So if they've not had it bad enough already, they're going to get it worse next weekend. And Hakim Ziyech is out with an injury to his shoulder. That injury is going to take him out for the best part of 2 weeks, maybe 3, but he'll be returning. Good news, Hakim Ziyech will not require surgery to his shoulder. Kante is missing due to a niggle. We're going to be addressing that with the panel. But everybody else is fit. Only concern is they've played 120 minutes a couple of days ago, and that's going to have an impact in regards to the team selection for tomorrow's match. Before we talk about the team selection for tomorrow's match, the formation and the lineup, I want to ask you guys in the chat and also on the panel, the fact that Kante has picked up a niggling injury right now, early doors, is that a concern? Especially with the fact that we don't have a lot of players in that position available to cover. Is that a concern? The fact that we haven't signed a good alternative, is that a concern? Should we have pushed for Declan Rice? Is too many coming in? I want to address the DM situation before we move into the formation and the starting lineup. So, guys, let me know. Let me know.
For me, it's not a concern because it's only a niggle, right? So it's just a precaution to leave him out of the team for the first match.
Yep.
So I don't really see any issues there. I'm not too concerned. I am still concerned about the fact that we don't have another option because I'm not comfortable with Kovačić. I don't think he's good enough defensively. He's not. He doesn't read the danger the way Jorginho and Kante do. So that is still a concern. But the window isn't closed yet, so there's still an opportunity to get somebody in. But hopefully it doesn't, it doesn't hurt us a lot because we have a lot of matches and Kante and Jorginho can't play every single game. So I'm sure Tuchel will find a way to walk around it, but he could also do with somebody else, a different option defensively, because we have Loftus-Cheek, who I'm hoping gets into the squad.
All right, I agree. Loftus-Cheek could get into the squad, and could do a role in that position. I agree with you, Eric. Bobby, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, now we've at least sort of solved the striker situation. We really do need to look at the CDM position. And if we're not having internal solutions, then we'll have to go to the transfer market for sure. I personally feel that I think Tuchel is creative enough to do things with players like Loftus-Cheek, sometimes maybe even Chalobah, although he's one of the, people talk of this 120, 80 minutes that we played plus penalties, but only 3 players and the goalkeeper did that. The goalkeeper, I think that's negligible. He played 180. The 3 players were, I think, Rudiger, Chalobah, and who's the third one? Kovačić. So I don't think, I think the others were kind of rotated. Whether they are ready for a full 90 minutes is the big question. But we do need to do something because Kante is an excellent player, but Kante is in his 30s. And for a player that plays the way he plays, all that energy, even if his lungs can take it, his muscles will start to complain. And the temptation to play him game in, game out, I mean, Tuchel used him in nearly all the preseason games since he came back to try and get him fit, as well as the temptation to keep using him. So it's nothing in the short term to worry about, but in the long term, we've got to have backup. We've got to. So if you're going to start playing Loftus-Cheek, I think Saturday is the day to do it. If not, then we got to go and buy.
Yeah. No, you know, I think I can't remember the name of the geezer that said it, but apparently Chelsea was stacked in midfield, and then Chelsea needed to improve their midfield, and now Chelsea are light in their midfield, and all of that, and nothing's really happened apart from Billy Gilmour going out on loan. So it's weird on how people see the Chelsea midfield and how we address it. I think we could address it within. I think we can definitely bolster it from another transfer, but I think it's a lot about the perception and a lot about how Tuchel wants to look at this. Boogeyman.
Sorry, Mo, could I cut in? I try and stop doing that these days, but there's one important point about buying. Now, I missed a lot of the game, but I watched a considerable chunk of Lorient against Monaco. I didn't see anything of too many. It was disappointing. Now, okay, fitness, it's early season, but I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe too many is just another piece of dead wood waiting to come to Chelsea. I don't know because I'll be honest with you. Most of what I'm getting is hype and people overhyping the man. I get it. Fabregas, who knows a lot about being a good midfielder, bigged him up and said the guy is the is the future. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Boogeyman, Kante, is his injury a concern? I mean, yes, this current injury may only be a niggle, but we know Kante, if he doesn't start the season fully fit, he's going to have reoccurring issues. And if he does have that, with Jorginho, Kovačić possibly picking up a few cards, possibly getting injured, are we looking light in the midfield?
The answer is no. I think we're pretty good in the midfield. For me, Loftus-Cheek is ready, and other than the fact that Kovačić has played 120 minutes, that's the only thing that worries me. That if we put Kovačić back in, he may start having contraction and all those things, muscle problem. But I think on Saturday, Kovačić and Jorginho should start the game. And then Loftus-Cheek come in 16 minutes or 55 minutes or something like that. And Kante, he's already 30, like I think Bobby has said. And we know Kante is going to be properly managed this season. And we have Arsenal and I think Liverpool coming in. So Kante should not even be starting this game anyway. He should maybe play 30 minutes or something. But I think we're good. We're packed in the midfield. I don't even worry at all. I don't even think we should even go and buy anybody at this point, because whoever we're going to bring in, we have Billy coming back. We have also Gallagher that we're planning to bring back. So I think we're packed. For me, anyways, I don't see any issue there. And Bobby also said about Tchouaméni, I watched that game also. He's just, even before that, I mean, things start coming onto your channel. That's the first time I heard Tchouaméni name, and last season also I watched a lot of Tchouaméni games. Like I said, he tackled. He pushed people around. But other than that, I haven't seen anything special about him. So that's, I think that is always what I keep telling people here. I haven't seen anything exceptional about it. Why we keep Chelsea is always linked to him. But that's my view, anyways.
Yeah. All right, fair comment. DJ Sav, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just hearing what everyone is saying. I mean, for me, look, I know it's just one game. Maybe we could miss Kante 4, but we've got to remember, guys, we've got 5 competitions to play this season. That midfield we've got, is it strong enough? Yes, Kante is strong enough, Jorginho is strong enough, Kova and Loftus-Cheek. But say any of them get injured, who is really to come in to back them up? You mentioned Billy Gilmour, he's out on loan at Norwich. Conor Gallagher's out on loan as well. Should we lose any of those players in midfield, who are you going to bring in? Look at the options we've got left then. You got Ross Barkley. I don't know if he's even been given the shirt number. You got Bakayoko. I don't think he's. For me, he shouldn't even be wearing another Chelsea shirt again after what I've seen him playing pre-season. And then you got Danny Drinkwater. Now they're the only three options that you can realistically bring in. Should we lose our midfield four options? So for me,
Pardew is also.
And
Pardew is also
Ampadu.
fringe.
Ampadu, fringe as well. I mean, that's my concern only. I think we do need to address the DM. I think we said it at the start of your. I think before the new season was kicking off, Mo. I think we were saying the three areas we need to actually look at is DM, striker, and also defender. Okay, we've got one of them in, or should I say, now we need to get the other two.
Striker.
So for me, it is a concern a little bit in midfield, only because of the competition you've got to play, and we all know about Kante's niggling injuries. Look, the guy's going to give 150% when he plays, but at the same time, we also got to be careful with him, because if that guy gets one bad injury and that puts him out for weeks and weeks on end, we could be in trouble in that midfield.
Yeah. I think we don't put enough emphasis on how much of a role Kante plays in our team and how much of an impact Kante has on our performances. Kante really is the heart of our team. I mean, if you look at the performances that he put in some of the crucial matches, especially in the Champions League last season with the Atletis and with the Madrids and whatnot. He is the reason why. He is one of the big reasons why we won the Champions League, and I think we need to, be careful, and we need to, make sure that he is able to play as much football as possible without pushing him too hard. Listen, lads, in regards to the starting lineup, I have already picked a starting lineup. This isn't my starting lineup, and I'm sure this is not going to be the starting lineup that we're going to go with, but it's an alternative in respect to some of the positions and some of the players that I've chosen. I want to see if we can do something like this, if something like this is doable. Before I do that, though, I want to say big up to Jem. Jem, welcome to the stream.
Yes, guys, I'm just so happy Arsenal lost, man. That's made my night.
Welcome to that, Jem. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, man.
Welcome, Jem. Good news.
Excellent.
Come bearing good tidings.
Some things just don't change, eh?
No, not at all, mate. Not at all.
Exactly.
You know what it is, yeah? It's how should I put this? They still think they're a better team than Chelsea, and I just don't understand where they get that from, man. And I just don't understand.
But they keep beating us. They keep causing us trouble when we play against them. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
sorry, Jim. It's not them causing us trouble. I think a lot of the Chelsea lads, they feel sorry for them, and when we play against them, they're a little bit. I don't know. They don't want to destroy their morale even further. So they just be nice, and they'll let them have the odd goal also. I just think it's one of them weird ones, man. Go on, Jim, man.
I want to destroy their morale into the.
I do.
Into the non-league.
I do.
No, I was just going to say, because literally before this game, before even the ball was kicked, I was being told that this Balogun guy was better than Greenwood, better than this guy. This guy just got put in a coffin, man. He didn't even get a touch of the ball the whole game against the Brentford team that's just come up again in the Championship, So I just find it funny how Arsenal fans gas up their own players and they're actually shocking. So yeah, it's all good.
And give it a couple of days, and then they'll be like, "Yeah, we got X amount of charity shields. London is red." It is what it is. Listen, boys, do me a favor and hit that like button. Let's give it to 50 likes. I'd really appreciate that. And I'm going to show you my alternate lineup. This is a lineup that is not going to be popular, but I just wanted to ask a couple of questions with it. So let's have a look at it. What do you guys think it is? The lineup is as follows, in case it's not clear on the screen. Mendy in goal, Rudiger, Aspi, and Thiago Silva in defence. But then I've got Loftus-Cheek partnering with Jorginho, and I've got Mount on the right, and I've got Pulisic on the left. Now, the reason behind this is as follows. I think Kai Havertz has been shattered. in the Super Cup, and I don't think starting him would be a good idea. I think maybe coming in the second half might be better for him. And I think Pulisic getting a start might be positive for his morale. Loftus-Cheek, I think he played all right in pre-season in the holding position. Yes, that's not his natural position, but I think if he can play against Crystal Palace and put in a good performance, with Kante being slightly injured, with Kovačić being shattered, it might open up a door for him to get into the team in that position. What do you guys think?
Did you notice how Tuchel put Christensen in the hold when he brought him on? And we were more solid. Put him behind Jorginho to allow him to be that free regista, just in between him and Kovačić. I thought that was a smart move. So who knows? Maybe that's a sign of things to come.
So
Christensen here, you reckon?
I think Kovačić plays, man. I'm sorry, I don't see how. I know he's tight. I know he's played a lot of game and whatever. But this is the problem, right? We've got loads of depth in defence. We've got loads of depth going up front. We can lose Ziyech, and we've still got players that can come in. But in midfield, we're short, and this is the issue. And I just think Kovačić will be forced to play in this game. To be honest with Jorginho, we'll see.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Yeah.
What about Mount and Pulisic? No.
I'm expecting. I'm not expecting, but I prefer Cho to start ahead of Pulisic personally. I think that is the better decision.
All right, let's start changing. You guys are happy with the goalkeeper, correct?
Yeah, of course, mate. Mendy,
Kepa hasn't done enough.
That's not a penalty kick. I'm really happy with this one.
All right, yeah. All right, the defenders. Would you change anyone? Do you think Thiago will start?
I think he does, but again, I don't know. I think Thiago Silva would play in as a central back. I think Christensen. I think you might see him play next to Thiago Silva. I don't know why. I've got this weird feeling that it might not play this week. Maybe.
I think Thiago start also. Yeah. The reason is simple: is if our first game, and Thiago brings certain style to our defense, and we want to start the EPL game with our style, so people knows how we play. Even our players can at least remember how we finished the last season also, because without Thiago, our defense doesn't seem to know how to move the ball around when we are under pressure and all of those things. So I think Thiago start this one. My problem is with Azpi. I don't think Azpi should be there. Azpi is a wing back, and James has to play as a center defender.
Ain't gonna do that. No way.
So you reckon this?
Yeah,
I'm not sure about that one.
I don't think so. Not against Crystal Palace. Not against Crystal Palace. No.
I think he'll play Christensen there. The reason I say that is because you got to think, right? Zaha's going to be coming off the left, and we need pace. We need someone with a bit of pace.
Exactly.
I just think Christensen's a better player to play in that position to deal with Zaha than maybe an Azpi. But
I think Christensen will start. Either Dave or Thiago Silva will be on the bench. I think.
Yeah, but if Christensen start, who is playing wing back? That's my question.
Reece James.
Oh, okay. So Azpi is not on the field.
No.
Yeah.
I doubt it. But we'll see.
All right.
I doubt it.
And we'll put Kovačić here. Yeah.
I think so.
I think Kovačić will be asked to do at least 60 minutes. Then Loftus come in.
What about Chile? Ben Chilwell, will he start?
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm not too comfortable with the pivots. I'm not sure if Kovačić works the best way, but I mean, we've seen it work once or twice with Tuchel, but I'm not too sure if that's the right decision.
It
makes sense, but
what other options we got? What other options we got if we don't do?
I mean, you can't play Loftus-Cheek right now. You can't.
Nah. That's the problem. That's what I keep saying. This is why we've got to go and buy. You know that. I really think we might have to go and buy.
No. I just disagree with buying because if we buy someone that we only said if there is an injury, but what if there's no injuries? Then the other one, it doesn't have game time, doesn't improve. Like,
Bro, Kante's already injured.
what's that?
So Kante's already injured. We haven't even started the season.
True,
yet,
true. But listen, let's say we brought Chouameni in right now. Is Chouameni going to enter that play in front of Kovacic and Jorginho? No. So Chouameni at the end of this is now going to improve.
I think he would. I think Chouameni will play. Yeah, I think Chouameni will. In a situation like this, I could see Chouameni playing next to Jorginho.
Yeah, but in the press conference today, I understand. Yeah, but in press conference today, did you see did you hear what Tuchel? Tuchel keeps saying this team has a style. This team has some togetherness. I don't want to disturb it. I want to keep it. So I don't think the midfielder. I don't think any midfielder from outside is going to enter this team that easily. That's my only concern. So we buy someone and the person sitting on the bench, it's not going to improve the team.
For 30 million. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's fine for 30 million, provided the player don't mind.
True. I understand. No, I understand your point of view. But
I don't know.
All right, so what are we doing in midfield? We keep it this way?
Yeah, I would say so. But
yeah,
it's up to you guys.
All right, Kovacic, Jorginho. Eric, for or against? Eric Blue, Kovacic, Jorginho, are you for or against?
Yeah, I think I already said it. I wasn't in favor of it, but we don't really have a choice right now. So
yeah, we're sticking with that.
We'll stick with that.
When I say for or against, I mean, is that what do you think is going to be played tomorrow? Do you reckon Tuchel will be picking those two players?
Yes, that's what I think we will see. Yes.
All right.
He might
Bobby?
start them, but he won't finish with them. We've seen games where Tuchel has actually taken them both off. I wouldn't start both of them, to be honest. I'll start one with Loftus-Cheek, I believe, or Christensen.
Yeah.
I believe we need to be that radical because we are that thin.
I expect it. I expect it, to be honest. I expect Tuchel to do something like that because he's been known to do that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
I'm expecting Loftus-Cheek, but this would be a good pair, Kovacic and Jorginho. But I'm expecting Loftus-Cheek, to be honest. Boogeyman, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, for the midfielder, right? I still think Kovacic and Jorginho will start. And because we always think, but I mean, the Kovacic has played 120 minutes last game. That's the only problem I think coming up. So that's why I keep thinking, Aspi may be the wing back just for his defensive prowess. He might be there to bring some support because I don't think Reece James is a good defender. So I don't mind Christensen be there, but I think Aspi will be our wing back or something like that, just to bring that stability on the defense side a little, because he's not going to be going too far anyways. He's probably going to stay with the defense most of the time. So to have at least 5 defenders.
I like to see who's starting on their flanks because I think they've got a lot of pace on their flanks. Yeah, Zaha, and they've got a lot of pace on their flanks, and that might be a problem for Aspi. Especially so early in the season, that might be a problem.
True.
Before I go to DJ, yes, we do have news on Ziyech. The news is he's out for a couple of weeks. He doesn't need surgery, but he's out for a couple of weeks. DJ, what's I know, it's disappointing, but I'm glad it ain't too bad. I'm glad it ain't like a couple of months, a couple of weeks. We can manage. DJ, what's your thoughts on the midfield, man?
Yeah, again, I agree with most of what everyone's saying now. He's probably more likely going to start Cover and Jorginho there, but as we've said, he's not going to finish the full 90 minutes, Kovacic. So I can see him coming off for Loftus-Cheek and Reece James to stay where he is. For me.
Okay. I know. Jim's thoughts on this. That's his choice for the midfield.
Yeah, I just have a real issue with Loftus-Cheek playing there. To be honest, I don't see how we're so comfortable with him playing in that position. And
I agree, Jim. I agree. I mean, these two are the better option, provided that they're both 100% fit and recovered from the last match. But I think if we have an issue with the recovery of Kovačić, maybe he will replace him with someone else, and I think that someone else would possibly be Loftus-Cheek. But we'll see. We'll know by kickoff tomorrow. In regards to the attack, now Mount does play better on the left. I do agree, but do you guys agree with Mount and Pulisic with Werner up front, or do you guys think it'll be something different? Do you guys think Havertz is going to start? I mean, I can't see Havertz starting.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I can't see Havertz starting.
No, Havertz will not be starting. Pulisic will not be
Tuchel said he ain't starting anyway.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he's on the bench.
Okay.
He said he came.
Right.
Yeah, it's a press conference saying that. I think Havertz will be on the bench for this game. Too many minutes.
Okay, so I don't see Havertz started. I don't see Pulisic starting also. So I think Hudson-Odoi and Mason Mount.
It's funny how we've all written off Tammy, whereas Tuchel was saying that Tammy could possibly even start.
He's in the squad. Squad. Yeah.
And don't be surprised if Tammy goes nowhere this season. We still need a backup striker.
Yeah, but he hasn't given away his number anyway, so there's a chance that he's still that guy.
Yeah,
could be Tammy Werner now. Really. You never know.
I wouldn't hold
apparently, Roma are quite close to doing this deal, apparently. So could we see this? Where is it? Could we see this tomorrow?
No. Tammy will not start. I don't expect. I just don't see it.
Oh, right, I can't see if that was Cho or Tammy up front. I was like, what's going on there?
Tammy will start.
No, I don't see that. Tammy may come in, but I don't think he'll start it.
The only reason he may not play is because if we have got someone that's interested in paying that money, they will be saying don't play him, because if he gets injured.
How many minutes have Werner has played in this?
Yeah.
Werner will start for sure. I think Pulisic should be on the bench, but if he starts, he'll probably be on the right, and then Mount will be on the left.
Werner, Mount, Pulisic for me. I think that's what I think he's going to do. He ain't got really no other choice. I don't think he'll play Choda. I don't think he sees Cho as one of the three up front. I think he just sees him as either a left-sided or right-sided wing-back.
I don't want to see Pulisic starting this game. I would rather have Hudson-Odoi there.
Yeah, I don't think
Pulisic is just not in form right now. He's not playing very well. So,
no.
I mean, it's only the beginning of the season, isn't it? It's a bit harsh to criticise on the final.
Yeah, I don't want to be reactionary. I don't want to be hasty with the. I just don't feel like he's even from last season till now, he seems to be struggling. I don't know. He seems like.
Do you think it's the system that's affected him more than others? Do you think he's struggling with the system?
Yeah. I'd rather Pulisic play against team that come to us, team that try to attack us. Crystal Palace is going to sit back, and Pulisic is not good. I've driven past. I think Hudson-Odoi does more than Pulisic. Like the impact Hudson-Odoi gave is better than Pulisic.
I thought he was quite poor, to be honest. I thought he was quite poor in the last game, to be honest. I thought he kept giving the ball away quite a lot. He wasn't very involved.
Yeah, true. I mean, I think so. Even I think Havertz was also poor.
I think they all were really, weren't they? That's what I'm saying. We can't really criticise them, can we?
At least Kai Havertz set up the goal for Ziyech.
Yeah,
I think Hudson-Odoi needs to focus on the weakest part of his game, which, if he's not careful, that will be his downfall. Because this is a big season for him, and there's no time for these sort of half-hearted games. He needs to be more direct. He's not direct enough, and when he is direct in the final third, he's not effective. He's got to work on that, or he's gone.
True.
He needs to get enough game time to even, it's difficult to criticize him when.
Forget game time. That comes naturally. You don't. What do you want? You can play him back to back 100 games. If he doesn't have it, he doesn't have it.
But we haven't though. We haven't really given him many minutes.
This is why I want him to play.
I don't care if we haven't. We're playing to win. We're not playing for
someone to get better.
Yeah. Well, this is the first team now. Forget that. Forget that. Once you're in the first team, you're there to perform. We're not there to coach you to be better and all that. If you get better while performing, happy days.
But has he been? How many games has he played where he was poor?
No,
he's played pretty well.
All of them.
Sorry,
all of them. Yeah, exactly. It's
all
not
of
a matter
them.
of
Which games?
Yeah.
He's
when
not
is it?
really
Are you talking about last season or when?
No, he hasn't been poor every game.
Last season, yesterday he was poor. But I understand he's still young. Yeah, I understand that. But again, listen, this is the first team. You get your chance, you take it. Go fine. Play halfway, half.
I think generally speaking, he has taken his chances. I really do.
Maybe
preseason is different. But
do you know what? This is the only problem I have with our fan base is that, and this is why I want him to be give him time, because none of us really understand what Callum Hudson-Odoi is or what he can bring to Chelsea, what he can offer to Chelsea. Because I'm being told on one breath that we've got our own Sancho. How come we've got our own Sancho when we haven't seen enough of him play? And when he does play, sometimes he just goes missing in games. I'm not saying he does it in every game. He has had good games for us. But for me, it's his end product that he really needs to improve on. And I think he can be very wasteful, And this is why I think I agree, he needs minutes. So we can actually see if he's really worth this hype that people keep saying,
But what end product do you expect as the wing back? Do you expect him to score 5-10 goals? What do you expect?
No, but it's the end product. It's not just even scoring goals. It's sometimes even his
final pass.
His final pass. Yeah, he makes the wrong sort of pass sometimes.
Haven't you seen better wing back than Shaw?
Of course, look, he's not a wing back.
Hakimi.
He's not.
What's that?
No, look, my point. All I'm trying to say is, from what we've seen so far, with the little time he's had, I think he's done okay. I don't think we should be getting.
But this is Chelsea. We don't care about okay.
Yeah, but at the same time, he hasn't really played a lot of games. He hasn't got a lot of minutes.
Yeah, but this is Chelsea.
Yes, it is Chelsea. It is Chelsea, and he's good enough to be in the squad.
The point you're missing is that nobody's saying he's played a lot of games. This is the start of the season. But what we are saying is that from the game he had, the big game in his life he has had, which has been the Super Cup final, they hardly get bigger than that. No matter how you want to look at that trophy, you've got to have won either the Champions League or the UEFA Cup to be in that competition or in that final. And his performance could have been better. Now, we're not saying he shouldn't get any other chance. We're not saying, he's rubbish and we should bin him. But we are saying that he cannot afford to have too many performances like that, or it's going to start to work against him. And that's just the reality.
Yeah, look, we cannot compare Shaw playing wing back to Pulisic play wing back. No, he's playing that position. He needs to be better, just better himself.
All right. Question: Can we compare Callum Hudson-Odoi as a left back, as a wing back, to Jadon Sancho playing as a winger? I don't think we can. I don't think we are being fair on the lad. I think the lad hasn't had a good enough opportunity. He has had opportunities. But he's never been given a consistent run of games. Even when we see, he has one game, he's all right. Second game, he's a little bit better. Third game, he's playing really well. Fourth game, he's on the bench. And that is not the way to get the best out of him.
He got given the opportunity to play as one of the front three. Yeah, and I've never seen anything like it. I mean, Tuchel took him off.
He took him off because he didn't feel like he. That happens. The manager will have a change in tactic, a change in formation, a change in the system. The player is having a bad day. We all have bad days at work. So it happens. But one, I believe that Callum is not a finished article, and we shouldn't judge him as such. We should understand that the guy is still growing, he's still getting better. And I think as a fan base, we should criticize and we should encourage. I don't, I mean, because over the past couple of days, I've seen a lot about him. We should sell him. We should do this. We should do that. We don't need to sell him.
No,
we don't need to sell him.
Yeah.
Disagree with him. No, definitely not sell him.
No, don't sell him.
He just needs to be given a run of games, and once he's been given a run of games, he needs to take his opportunity. But at the same time, he needs to understand that he's not the finished article. But the only problem you've got with playing for Chelsea in a team that's going to be competing for a Premier League this season is you've got to be on your game when you play. Otherwise, you will get cut out, and that's the issue with it. And if he gets cut out for some weird reason, especially for him, it's very hard for him to get back in the team. If we're going to continue having this problem, not only with Tuchel, we had the same problem with Lampard, and we had, I think, barring Sarri, who did play him, and he was playing okay under him, barring Sarri, he struggled to get in the teams. My point is that if he's going to struggle to continuously get in the team and he's not progressing because we don't think he's obviously good enough because he can't hold a position, then just let the guy go. Do you know what I mean? Like that's my thing with it. So we either give him minutes, or and we see what he's about and make a decision then.
Are we expecting? Are we expecting Mark Gurley to start tomorrow?
Well, you never know.
Forgot about him. Yeah, true.
Honestly, I would have preferred. Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
My point with Callum, right? It's not that he should be given chances and more minutes, and he is developing, but in that process of developing, there are things he needs to do even better. Now, there's that kid with Real Madrid that played in the Champions League for them, and he came and played because of their injuries against Liverpool. And he was on fire. Now, he'd spent most of the season on the bench, but once he got his opportunity, you could not take your eye off him, and he scored. The next game, he was slightly average, but still, he was penetrating. I think what we're looking for with Callum is a bit more penetration. Now, your position doesn't matter. The times he has been in the final third or in the opposition box, he's not made good use of it. That's all. He will, hopefully, but he needs to work on that. If not, it'll be a problem for him because that's what he's there for.
Personally, I would have preferred him to go out on loan. I think what's happened with Sancho was what Cho should have done. He should have gone out to one of these German clubs or somewhere else in Europe and gotten the game time he needs to improve. Because from what I remember, when they were young, obviously every player develops at different paces and things like that. Just because Cho was as good as Sancho earlier on doesn't mean he'll be as good or better now. But I remember Cho being better than Sancho, arguably, when they were in the youth system, when they played the FA Youth Cups, or when at a younger age.
Sancho in the Premier League. Remember that. There's too much talk about Sancho. We ain't seen him yet.
Yeah, he's quality, man.
But you can't deny how good he is.
Yeah, but Timo Werner was quality. Timo Werner was quality.
Exactly. So was Ziyech.
But Sancho's a better.
Nah, Ziyech is still quality, man. Ziyech is still quality. The man's injured. Listen, he's injured. He's injured. Yeah, he's watching the stream right now. He's sitting in his bed. He's there with his arm like that. He's watching the Blue Lounge. He's like, why are these mans hating on me, man? I'm injured. Give him some slack. Give him some slack. No, for real. Like, go on, Eric. Go on, Eric.
Yeah, just quickly. Yeah, the way I see it, I think if you're a good player, obviously there's always context to why some signings don't work out. But if you're a good player, you will be good, most places, if not everywhere. Sancho he has the basics on point. His decision making is fantastic. His ball control, his dribbling, these are fundamentals that really help you in the Premier League. So I think he will do well.
Yeah. Sancho is a good player. Sancho is, he's doing it at a very high level, and he's done it with a very good team. And the same can be said for Havertz, for Werner, for Ziyech. These players who have come into the Premier League on the back of success, on the back of good performances, on in their respective leagues. A lot is expected from them, and I think Jadon Sancho, with being from this country, having spent some time in Manchester already in the Manchester City was it the youth academy? Was it, or what was it? I think it was in the youth development system at Man City.
Yeah,
So he knows the city well. So it's not hard for him to adjust. I think he'll probably adjust quicker than our boys had to do when they came last season.
He's a Chelsea fan, which is even great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. It's funny. It's funny how they made their the edit for him joining Manchester United. Like he was always wanting to come to Man United.
Yeah,
like he's. But it is what it is. Let them have their moment. We'll leave it to them. All I know is one thing. I know is look who's back. You know what I mean? So they can have their moment. We've got ours. Listen, I'm really excited. To see how the season pans out. I think the Crystal Palace game is going to be interesting. I think it'll be good to see what Patrick Vieira is going to be doing in this fixture. I think it's his first fixture in England. I know Tuchel and Patrick Vieira have met in the past in Ligue 1, so they know a little bit about each other. But it'll be interesting to see how he sets up against Chelsea. Is he going to be attacking? Is he going to be defensive? Looking forward to it.
It'd be silly to come out and attack us, wouldn't he? Really?
Obviously, but that's the thing. It's the first game, and if you're ever going to have an opportunity to surprise Chelsea, it might be in the first couple of games when people are still adjusting, people are still getting into their rhythm. I'm not going to compare ourselves to Arsenal, but I can't wait to play Arsenal. Next weekend. I really can't.
Wait to see Lukaku flatten Ben White like Tony.
Mate, that's
going to be so funny, man. Looking forward to it. Really am.
Hat-trick incoming here, Jem. Yeah, against Arsenal for Lukaku.
Well, I mean, if Ivan Toney can put it in his back pocket, what's the card?
Exactly, mate.
Even bigger, isn't he? So we'll see.
It's going to be interesting. Listen, people. Like I said for the preview for the Super Cup, my previews, I'm going to keep them close to an hour. I don't want to make my previews too long. The Let's Talk Chelsea streams will go on for just under 2 hours, but the previews, I want to keep them short and sweet so people can watch them over again before the match, whenever. So before we conclude, I want to get you guys to give me your prediction for tomorrow's match and also a closing statement. And people in the chat, if you have any questions, send them. And we'll try to address them as we're giving our closing statements. I'm going to start my closing statements with Boogeyman. Boogeyman, you go first, man. Your closing statement and your predicted result for tomorrow.
Listen, tomorrow I think is going to be a win. It's probably going to be 2-0. That's my prediction. I trust Tuchel to find the right people in the middle, because that's where we seem to have a slight problem when it comes to tomorrow game. And just hopefully, I think it was the last stream where someone is saying, like, if I said tomorrow is a must win, then people will panic again. Now it should not be must. But me, I'm pretty clear that it is a must win. Games against Crystal Palace, all those half-bottom team tables, those are must-win games. And then when we take point from City, Liverpool, the games that push out on the top of the league. So I think tomorrow game is a must-win, and I think we'll win it 2-0. And hopefully, my only hope is I want to see Loftus-Cheek play at least 60. Let's say 45 to maybe. I want Loftus to play at least 40 minutes or something, so we see approximately what exactly will be his contribution during the season. I want to have an idea. That will be my only concern at this point. So other than that, I think
I have a sneaky feeling, Boogeyman, that we will see that happen. I have a sneaky feeling.
Yeah, I think the boy is ready. Like I've been supporting Loftus for so long that I think now with Tuchel, he might see the light and hopefully keeping himself away from injury, and he might be the one we are looking for to take this team to the top of the league. So that will be my last statement, I guess.
Yep. Regarding this question, I think he's going back to Brazil. What's the team called? Flamengo?
Flamengo.
Flamengo. Yeah, I think he's going back to Flamengo. But we'll see. We'll see. DJ Sav, your predicted result and your closing statement, mate.
Yeah, as you guys know, I never ever give predictions for Chelsea. I just say always my team to win, and I'm going to say the same thing. I'm expecting my team to win tomorrow. That it's going to be a tough game. Obviously, Patrick Vieira taking over the Palace job. We don't know how he's going to set up, but he will make it difficult. But I trust in my team. I trust in my manager. I think we'll get the win done. And even though we've had that full 120 minutes that we did in the Super Cup, but I still expect my team to go out there and do it tomorrow. In terms of closing, other than that, it's just Chelsea have got to win tomorrow, right? And I'd love to see Loftus-Cheek come on as well tomorrow. If he can't start the game, at least come on at least halfway through the match. If Cover gets a bit tired or whatever it might be, and maybe he can actually do something in that midfield tomorrow. You never know. He might just do. I mean, I think he knows how Palace play because he's been on loan there as well, hasn't he? So I'm sure he'll know how they're going to set up, how the plays are as well. So yeah. Chelsea win for me all the way tomorrow, and that's it, really, guys.
All right, fair comment. Jim, predicted the scoreline and closing statement, mate.
Give me Koundé, number 1, because I'm still waiting for that, and I've been told that that's going to progress into next week with a new proposed bid, which apparently they'll accept. So hopefully that happens. Secondly, I love Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but I feel like you guys are. Maybe I'm just being me, but I just don't think that's his position. Like for me, he's an 8. He's not a 6. You're asking him to defend. You're asking him to get around the pitch. You're asking him to, recover, chase midfielders if we get beaten. Like, I just don't see Ruben Loftus-Cheek doing that, and I still think he might even leave. I've got a feeling that but I know the 31st is the deadline day. I'm just saying, do not be surprised if he ends up going and not being there, and then you see Chelsea bring in a individual, because I do think that may be still on the card. It might be a very late transfer, but we might end up doing that because I just don't think we've got enough DMs. We need a DM, man. That's what it is. We need an actual DM. And I don't think we've got that. I don't think Loftus-Cheek is that as well. But I love Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and I hope he really does do well. But it's for me, he's an 8. It's just not a 6. But in terms of the game, I'm going with a 2-0. I've got a feeling Werner's going to score. I keep saying it, but I hope Werner scores. Well, I've got a feeling. I hope he scores. I'm going to go with Werner. I'm going to go with. We go with Werner. I'm going to go with Mason Mount. 2-0 to Chelsea.
All right. Yeah, fair enough. And I agree with you in regards to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. The reason why I have him in that position is because I think he can do a job in that position. Not on a permanent basis, but he can have the odd game in that position. And again, I also think that him going to another club is a big possibility. I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek, to progress his career better, may need to go away from Chelsea and seek past his new, look for a different place. I think that might be the outcome for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And I agree with you again. It might happen towards the end of the window as things settle down and people know what they need and how to move forward in respect to their teams. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, good point.
I've got to shoot anyway before you just go on to the next one. But yeah, guys, thanks for having me on, and make
sure you
subscribe and smash the likes, guys. See you later.
Yeah, cheers, Jim. Have a good night.
Bye, mate.
Take care, Jim. Bye-bye. Yeah, guys, do that. Subscribe and also like the stream. We're still not on 50 likes yet. 45 likes. So 5 likes away from 50. Do us a favor and hit that like button. And if you're new, subscribe. What about Batman? I think he's still looking for the Joker, but Batshuayi is probably going to be going out as well.
There's some news came on him. In fact,
Turkey.
Yeah, Besiktas.
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking like he's going to Turkey. So stay tuned. We will be giving you updates in regards to the transfers as and when they happen. Eric Blue, score prediction and final thoughts, mate.
Yeah. Okay, I'll start with the. I'll go back to the DM defensive midfielder talk that we were having a few minutes ago. I think that we still need a DM, like Jem said. I agree with that, and it doesn't have to be Tchouaméni. It can be Kamara. It can be one of these other guys that Chelsea keep getting linked with. So, whatever Tuchel thinks is the best option, I would prefer to get that instead of waiting for Declan Rice. I think it's a risk to wait. So, I would get somebody else in for that position. But moving on from that, for tomorrow, I think Chelsea will win 2-1. I think it's going to be a very difficult match.
We're going to concede? We're going to concede tomorrow?
Yeah, I think we'll concede, yes. I'm not too convinced with the team right now. I think they're still trying to get fully fit, So I'm expecting us to concede. I think we'll need 2 goals to win the match. I think we'll probably go 2-0 up and then we'll concede late on. But it's going to be a difficult match. I think Vieira wants to make a point in the first game of the season. Yeah, we just need to. I think we'll be able to get the goals we need without Lukaku, but we'll see how we play. Hopefully, we play well. It should be interesting to see what the team does. But I'm going with a 2-1 narrow victory.
All right, fair enough. I hope that they don't score until right at the end. So just to keep it 2-0 for as long as possible. I need to watch a game without having my nerves and me being on the edge of my seat for a long time. So let's hope we can get an easier result. Bobby Blue Signals. Sorry, Blue Signals. Smoke Signals. Bobby Smoke Signals. Why did I get blue? Blue Lounge. Bobby, yeah, what's your predicted scoreline and what's your final thoughts on the game tomorrow, mate?
Oops.
We lost him.
What happened?
We lost him. Yeah. It happens. I think his phone overheated. His phone overheats, man. His phone overheats. DJ Sav has a problem with his Wi-Fi. Bobby has a problem with his phone. I don't know what it is, man. Where do I find you people, man?
Oh, man. Mind you, my Wi-Fi was good. My Wi-Fi was good yesterday. I don't think I cut you guys
and today.
Yesterday.
And today. Yeah.
Touch wood, bro.
Hey, Bobby, welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Overheat, am I correct?
Yeah, absolutely. It's burning up. But I'm back. Yeah, predictions. I don't do predictions. I never do. But I just believe, yes, we're still more or less in pre-season, to be honest. We're trying to find our feet. Don't underestimate the same for Crystal Palace. I mean, I haven't noted too many pre-season games they've played. It's just they've been resting more than us. I think, look, squad depth is there for a reason. At this level, we have to have squad depth. Every game is a must-win. If we're going to have any aspirations, there's no gimmies. There's no games that we can say, oh, we can afford to drop points here, there, or anywhere. Every game, especially against the so-called lower teams, we have to win it. So we've got to win tomorrow. We've got to put out our best, and that means those that are fittest at this point in time, and we have to use our squad, use the depth of our squad. That's the only way we can be that mobile and flexible machine that we're going to have to be to take us through a very, very long season through many competitions.
Yep. I've just seen a tweet I want to share with you guys. In regards to the question we had for Batshuayi. Excuse me, guys. I don't know. I think I'm getting sick. This is a tweet that Fabrizio Romano posted about an hour ago regarding Michy Batshuayi. Besiktas manager, I can't pronounce his name. We're currently in talks to sign Michy Batshuayi from Chelsea. If nothing goes wrong, I expect him to join the squad next week. Besiktas are also negotiating to sign Stefano, so and so. So next week, Michy Batshuayi will be going to Besiktas as per Fabrizio Romano. That's what it looks like. Adios. We thank you for your couple of vital goals, but we thank you for your service, mate. Best of luck.
He scored that goals. I think against West Brom when Conte was here. That gave us the league, right? I think I remember
2017. Yeah.
Thanks for that. Man.
Thanks for that. Thanks for all the fun memories and coming off the bench. And the thing is with the lad, he just can't seem to get a break. Instructions going this year, go out that year, and that's it. His managers don't like him. He doesn't listen. He doesn't listen.
Now he's just the Chelsea type of striker. That's all. Like I'm pretty sure someone would say he was not given a proper chance or something, but I just
no. You can't. No, I don't think you can.
But you're saying the same thing about Shaw, right?
No. It's different. Cho's 20 years old, and Cho has barely played.
When Batshuayi came, he was 23 or 22 also.
No. Batshuayi had more minutes, and Batshuayi was in a different league, and he actually played games. He played well in the French league before we signed him, so it's a completely different context.
And different positions, Boogeyman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about the fact that he was not given a proper chance at Chelsea. That's what
he was. He had minutes.
How's that working? Okay, if you say so.
Listen, guys. Do you guys want to hang around for another 10-15 minutes and answer some of these questions?
Yeah.
You guys up for that?
Yeah.
All right. Listen, boys in the chat. Throw your questions at us. I'll give you about 10 minutes. 10-15 minutes. The latest on Kante is he's got a niggle. So nothing serious. He should be back in the team pretty soon, probably against Arsenal. He's been taken away from the team just for precautions. He's still training, but he won't be starting tomorrow. Well, smashed his.
I just like Tuchel, and as I listened to his press conference today, every time I listen to him, and he just sounds smart. It's like we really get a really good coach under this guy. Like the way he answered that question when it comes to Haaland and Lukaku also was funny at the same time, but you can see the seriousness about how he lift Lukaku up and let us say, okay, listen, man, we're looking for a certain type of profile and we're looking for someone that will now disrupt our team, our spirit, and all those things that you just like. This guy is a seller also. He's a marketer. He's marketing pretty much everything. And I mean, he's really smart.
I wanted to point out something as well. I wanted to point out something very quickly. He also said that Lukaku will not prevent Chelsea from playing the way they usually play. He actually gives them different options, and we can still play the way we normally play, but we can now also play a different way as well. So I don't think Tuchel just says things. He's saying it for a reason. I think he truly believes what he's saying, and obviously he can be held accountable if we don't see what he said. So that's something to think about.
Yeah, I agree. As soon as I told the people we'll answer your questions, they stopped asking the questions. But we will end it here. What would be acceptable numbers for Werner? That's a good question. These
5
guys,
goals.
Man, every time I try to leave the stream, they hit me with a good question. 5 goals acceptable? Really? Hey, listen. If he gets one goal onside, just give me one onside goal, and I'll be happy with that, man.
But I think
I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry, DJ7. I'm not.
Listen, I have to say, you guys, Timo Werner, mate. Listen, I said it like, listen, I'm not going to what you call it, you guys, yeah. But I believe players need chances, yeah. This guy needed the season to bed in. I said all my reasons why he wasn't doing well last season. It wasn't just him; it was Ziyech as well. Okay, this season you're going to see a different Werner. That's as far as I mean, he's now got a target man to play to play off, and I think you'll see. I can actually see him and Lukaku really, really doing well together, playing off each other. I can really see the goals going in.
Yeah, I probably sounded very harsh there, very rude, but if Werner,
I know you mean that.
If Werner scores 10 goals, I'll be happy. Yeah, 10 Premier League goals.
No. Timo Werner is going to have a good season. I can feel it. I can feel it.
It's so obvious that when he doesn't have that pressure, and someone need to tell her, someone to tell him that he's offside also can, then he score more goals when he's offside.
So true, very
no,
true.
Boogeyman, two aspects that you have to understand. Aspect number one, the onus of scoring the goals is not on his head anymore; it's on Lukaku's head. So that's pressure relieved of him. And the onus is, and the second aspect is the marginal decisions will be going for the striker this season rather than for the defender. So the offside
was a new EPL rule that came out.
Yeah.
I'm still very upset about the goals that were taken away from him. I'm still thinking about the preseason goal. I'm also thinking about the goal against Liverpool.
Tottenham goal, yeah.
Hopefully, the Liverpool one and the Tottenham one as well.
Yeah,
so many,
I know, mate.
So yeah.
Yeah, but the Tottenham one was VAR wasn't utilised there because it was a pre-season game, and had it been utilised, he was like a mile onside, man. It was a mile onside. Is Thiago starting tomorrow? We'll need to give Tuchel a ring and ask him because we don't know. We can only assume. I think he might be. I hope he will be, because if he's fit and he's able to play, then he should definitely be starting. I think we'll see less of Thiago this season. Apparently, he's going to be involved in a lot of international fixtures as well moving forward with Brazil this season. So we'll have to wait and see. I just hope his scoring boots are sharp, hopefully.
Isn't it funny that before Thiago signed for Chelsea, was he involved in all Brazil friendly and game?
No.
No. Isn't it funny that you get someone up and running, then the national team start taking the person away from him, even if he's 38 years old? That's crazy.
36. Yeah.
36. He should just say, no, I'm not playing international anymore.
No, but he wants to play.
Yeah, he does.
I mean,
it's the World Cup. It's gonna be his final World Cup, I think, and that'll be it. Yeah.
And what I hope for is when he does retire, I know there's talk of him, he wants to go back and play in Brazil. I really, really hope they can keep him at Chelsea in playing like a coaching capacity with Tuchel. If he's still Chelsea manager, that would be really, really good as well, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Listen, people, we've gone over the allocated hour and 80 minutes, which is really good. We've had a good conversation, a good talk, and thank you to everyone who has hit that like button, all 52 of you. And the one dislike is also appreciated because you've interacted with my stream. Like, dislike, it's all good. Comment, share, and if you haven't subscribed, think about it. Subscribe while you're watching the outro. Lads, I'll see you all tomorrow after the game. All right? Have a good one.
Good night, everyone.
Oh, Morgan.